The call came during dinner. "Your boy's a coward," the teacher said. "Can't even throw a punch." I looked at my son, 12 years old, quiet, eating slowly. He didn't flinch at her words, just lowered his head like he'd heard them before. When I hung up, I noticed the bruises. Deep purple blooms across his ribs, faint outlines of knuckles near his jaw. 5 seniors, football players. He told me they were just playing around. I knew that tone, the sound of a boy trying not to disappoint his father. That night I sat alone in the dark, my hand on an old rifle I hadn't touched in years. The scope still clean, the trigger smooth. 18 years as a Navy SEAL sniper teaches you to see everything. The wind, the terrain, the lies. By morning, I knew what I had to do. I went to the school. The principal smiled like pain was paperwork. "Boys will be boys," she said. The head coach leaned back in his chair, arms folded across his chest. "It's football, old man, builds character." Character. I looked around his office. State trophies, team photos, kids frozen in glory. 5 faces stood out. The same 5 who broke my son's ribs. I asked if he'd seen the security footage. He laughed. "You don't get it. This is their field." I smiled back. "Not anymore." He didn't understand. Not yet. I left calmly, shook his hand, walked past the trophy case and the banners. At home, I found my boy in his room, sketching. His hands trembled when he tried to hide the bruises. "Why didn't you fight back?" I asked. He didn't look up. "Because you taught me better." It broke something in me. Not pride, not anger. Something colder. Resolve. I started with observation, old habits, military precision, times, routes, behavior. The boys practiced every day after school. No supervision, no discipline, just noise and arrogance under stadium lights. I watched from the parking lot, noting who hit hardest, who laughed longest, who led the pack. By the second week, I knew their routine better than they did. The coach's SUV was always parked near the south fence, easy to block in. The players left through the locker tunnel, still laughing, still untouchable. I didn't need violence. I needed a mirror, something to make them see themselves. So I spoke to the athletic director, quiet and polite. Mentioned offhand that the school might want to check the booster accounts, missing funds, unauthorized equipment purchases. A week later, whispers started. The coach looked tired, nervous. But I wasn't done. At the next practice, I showed up with my son. Told the coach I wanted to watch. He smirked. "What are you gonna do, old man?" I smiled. "Teach." We sat in the bleachers while the team scrimmaged. My son watched silently, still unsure why we were there. Then it began. First boy, helmet split during a tackle, concussion. Second, ankle twisted, bad fall. Third, hit wrong on a drill, dislocated shoulder. Accidents. To them, precision to me. Because I'd spoken to the school trainer earlier, quietly. Shared footage of those boys beating my son in the locker room, told him the truth. The trainer didn't sleep that night. He changed the practice drills, adjusted pairings, safety procedures. By the fourth quarter, the field was chaos. 5 boys, 5 injuries, ambulances on the track, the coach shouting, panicked. He turned toward me, realization dawning too late. "You set this up," he hissed. I didn't answer, just looked down at my son. "See? They fall just like anyone else." He nodded slowly. "You didn't touch them." "No," I said. "I just told the truth." Afterward, the coach cornered me in the parking lot. "You ruined everything," he spat. "My team, my season." "No," I said softly. "You did that when you let boys become predators." He stepped closer, eyes wide. "You think you're a hero?" I smiled. I stopped being one a long time ago. He tried to shove me. I didn't move, just handed him an envelope. Inside, copies of the hospital reports, the security footage, and a letter addressed to the school board. He opened it with shaking hands, his face drained. You'll lose your job, I said, but you'll keep your life. That's more than you offered my son. Then I walked away. My boy healed. Slowly. He doesn't talk about the attack anymore. He paints now. Landscapes, oceans, quiet things. Sometimes he asks why I never fought back directly. Because, I tell him, strength isn't about hitting harder. It's about knowing where to aim. He doesn't fully understand yet. He will. The town whispers about what happened that season. The coach resigned. The team lost its trophies. People ask me if I'm proud. Pride is for men who still feel. I just watch my son walk taller now, shoulders straight. That's enough. They called him a coward once, but when the world turned against him, he never had to throw a punch, because I already did, without lifting a hand.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.